and with all due respect, Mr. Chairman and Senator McCain, it is true that as chairman, I am not in charge of troops, but I've commanded 3 ships, a carrier battle group, and 2 fleets. And I was most recently a service chief myself. For more than 40 years, I've made decisions that affected and even risked the lives of young men and women. You do not have to agree with me on this issue, but don't think for one moment that I haven't carefully considered the impact of the advice I give on those who will have to live with the decisions that that advice informs. I would not recommend repeal of this law if I did not believe in my soul that it was the right thing to do for our military, for our nation, and for our collective honor.
And certainly an issue of this magnitude deserves that leaders take into consideration the views of their subordinates. Doesn't mean that they are dictated by the views of their subordinates. But I never made a major decision in the military without going around and talking to the enlisted people, the ones that would be tasked to carry out whatever the mission it is. So I'm almost incredulous to see that on an issue of this magnitude, we wouldn't at least solicit the views of the military about whether this should be changed or not. Now,
and with respect to polling the services, you know, I didn't spend a career in the military, but I've read a lot of history, and I can't think of a single precedent in American history of doing a referendum of the American Armed Forces on a policy issue. Are you going to ask them if they want 15-month tours? You're going to ask them if they want to be part of the surge in Iraq? That's not the way our civilian-led military has ever worked in our entire history.